Nathaniel Bandy. Striving for originality.
This Top 10 intro is brought to you by VectorStar Productions.
Mario Kart Super Circuit is such an underrated classic on the Game Boy Advance. Not only is the game fun and beautiful for GBA standards, but it's also very challenging and is the only game to handle the concept of coins correctly. Today, I will be teaming up with a member from Press Start TV to talk about the 10 coolest tracks in this game.
As usual, this list will not include any of the SNES retro tracks that are unlockable in the game. This list is based off of the track's theme, design, music, and how genuinely fun it is to race on. And don't worry, you can get back to playing Smash Brothers on the Wii U as soon as this video is over.
So without further ado, let's go!
Starting off of our list is what looks like to be a very generic snow level. Even the name is pretty generic. Snowland, very creative, Nintendo. After driving through the first lap, you realize that this track is a lot cooler than you initially thought. The sky has a beautiful purple and pink sunsets. I think it's reminiscent of those snow days as kids in which you were out for a few days with friends, building snow forts, and had snowball fights all day and night long. The big icy glaciers in the background kind of remind me of the Emerald City from The Wizard of Oz for some reason. The music is very charming and appropriate with the snow theme thanks to the cheery beat. It also includes plenty of bells. I love that for the entirety of the race. We're on the ice. Sure, it makes the screen shake in a very nauseating pattern, but I don't think any other Mario Kart track has ice covering the entire track. ROSALINA's Ice World and Sherbet Land have sections with ice, but the entire track doesn't consist of it. The little snowflakes falling across the screen are very nice though. This track just makes me feel all warm and comfy inside. It feels very at home, to put it best. And let's not forget, those dancing penguins are adorable.
Surprisingly enough, we don't see very many ghost-themed levels in Mario Kart. Broken Pier is one of the few, and it's pretty gosh darn good. The music perfectly fits the theme, and it sets the tone for one of the hardest GBA tracks. The sky isn't completely black, but is more of an eerie shade of dark blue. Topping that off with the lavender clouds makes for a creepy background. You know how a lot of objects in Mario games have eyes or faces? Well, this track features a mountain with a face, and it doesn't look too happy. It looks like a fiery hell is going on inside the mountain. I love that we drive on nothing but planks and that the ground below is completely black. There are a few sections with mini ramps that allow you to take a risk and cut a few of the corners faster than you could without taking them. The ghosts are bitches though. If you get near one, he'll circle your cart and rob 5 of your coins. They better be giving those coins to Nintendo because they can't make money. Oh wait, they just turned a profit this year! There's not much else to say aside from the simple fact that this is a really awesome track and it's quite pleasurable to play on.
Number 8.
Let's be honest, who doesn't like Yoshi? That's right, nobody. With that in mind, who doesn't like a good Yoshi-themed track? To start, the Sphinx in the background is a Yoshi head. I don't care who you are, this is just flat out epic and hilarious at the same time. I love how there's a section where you can see the beginning of the pyramid being built. You can grab a ton of coins in between there too. The coins are an interesting color on this track, they're red. It's probably because the sand we're driving on would make it impossible to see the coins in their yellow form, or maybe the coins have just been out in the sun too long and got sunburnt. I also believe that this track has inspired the infamous piranha plant in the dry deserts. There are a few areas with quicksand circles. If you get too close to one, not only does that suck you in, but a piranha plant will swallow you and spit you back out to the track. You can really feel and see the life on this track, and I mean that's physically too. There's some green patches on the road that are somehow surviving this hot, dry desert.
Number 7.
Just because the track title has the word circuit in it doesn't make it boring per se. One of the first things you notice when playing it is the big blimp with Luigi on it and the heavy downpour of rain. If you look closely, the rain effect is actually just 2 separate pictures flashing on the screen really fast. Now that's just funny. This track has a few tricky turns, and there's a few sections where you can strategize and save up a mushroom to cut through big sections of the course. The rain is going down so hard that you can actually hydroplane if you run into any of the puddles on the track. See, this track teaches a good life lesson. Always avoid hydroplaning as long as you can get your car to jump over the puddle of water. So, in other words, don't drive if the roads are flooded. The buildings in the background are quite peculiar. We have some storage houses and a dome with an antenna on top. What are they looking for? Aliens? I wonder if they ever found any. Oh wait! Pink Gold Peach must be an alien! No wonder she seems so out of place. She was never born on this planet. That explains everything.
Number 6.
Lakeside Park, which is a great Rush song, by the way. Are we sure that this isn't Yellowstone? I only said that because Yellowstone has a volcano that could explode at any time, and the one in the backdrop is in the same condition. The flowing of the lava isn't very convincing, but it certainly does catch your eye off guard. The environment is very lush and full. We see fully grown grass, a variety of trees, a big lake, too. Throughout the track, balls of magma will fall from the sky and land on the course. Your character will spin out of control if you get hit by them. There's a huge troll move at the end of each lap that's worth mentioning. After taking this really sharp turn, you'll find a long stretch of mini ramp. If you drive over it, you'll end up half of a lap behind, and let me tell you, once you drive over it once, you'll never forget it. One of the best parts of the track is when you reach lap 2. You actually see the lava in the background blow its load. After that, more and more magma balls will flood the track, and you really have to watch out where you're going. The music isn't the best, but the whole volcano concept put this track on the list for me.
Number 5.
You knew this was going to be on the list somewhere. They always are. Well, aside from my top 10 unique Mario Kart 8 tracks, but anyway, let's move on. This variation of Rainbow Road may look a bit bland at first, but there's actually a lot to spectate. One of the most interesting things in the background is the giant clown car with Peach's castle sitting on the top. Is this foreshadowing to Super Mario Galaxy? That's the only game where Peach's castle is ripped right out of the ground and taken into space. Is this where her castle was all along? Just sitting atop a clown car near the GBA variation of Rainbow Road? But hey, that's just a theory. A Mario Kart theory. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist pulling a game theorist quote. So, believe it or not, the biggest obstacle in this track are the speed boosts. Since most of the track has the mini ramps surrounding the edges, you can bounce around and cut corners constantly. The speed boosts only further incent you to cut corners, but it's not easy to control yourself when you're going so fast.
Number 4.
Oh yeah, we're getting into the really good stuff now. Sunset Wilds just might showcase where Shy Guys originate from, which happens to be Native American. The entire track feels ancient with untouched scenery and mud tracks all over the place. One section features a ton of speed boosts, but also a ton of tents. If you plow into a tent, a Shy Guy will attach himself to your cart and snatch coins off of you. The position the Shy Guy's in is quite suggestive. I mean, come on, his crotch is in your genitals area. Don't tell me that this isn't suggestive, because it most certainly is. Anyway, the background looks like a magnificent painting of summits. But it gets really cool when you hit the final lap and the sunset changes to twilights. This instantly changes the looks of your surroundings. It's quite a sight to behold. To top it all off, the music is spectacular and catchy.
Number 3.
Just look at the name of this title. That alone puts it at number 3 on this countdown. Well, not really, but it catches my attention pretty easily. The ground we are driving on is literally a long piece of red ribbon. You will never experience something like that in your average kart racer. The areas surrounding the ribbon are pieces of gift wrap. How appropriate. All the obstacles are presents. The background is a big mess of presents. Presents everywhere. The speed boosts are all set up in a very specific way. It's actually possible to consistently get boosts throughout the duration of the race. If you're really good, that is. It's like the developers are trying to teach you how to get really good at that track. The speed boosts not only lead the way, but help you develop the skills to stay in control of your kart while going fast.
Number 2.
Oh my god, I love this course. First off, the music is so freaking good. It's probably my favorite song in the game. It feels so relaxing yet addicting at the same time. The entire track is made out of a stone road which somehow is being held out by clouds. I don't know how that works, but I don't care. Mario logic. There are a few really fun shortcuts to take in this course. One of them even has an item box in which you can grab. The design of the course is superb. All of the turns are fun to perform and are even a bit challenging. One thing I just noticed is the blimp from Luigi Circuit can be found in the Sky Garden. That's really interesting. Is the blimp carrying some sort of supplies between Luigi Circuit and the Sky Garden? Was the blimp the reason the road was able to be built in the first place? Because it brought up some supplies and needed to do that? It's hard to tell if that's the case because we also have huge beanstalks all over the place. Maybe the beanstalks have some type of magic power that allows heavy things on the clouds. It's fun hypothesizing this sort of thing because the track is simply awesome. We haven't seen a track like it until Mario Kart 8's Cloud Top Cruise was released. That track was clearly inspired by this gem. There's one track better than this though.
And now the number one coolest Mario Kart Super Circuit track is...
Cheeseland. Just Cheeseland. I can't do this. I mean, I'm playing a track inspired by cheese with little mice running around. There's a cheese castle in the background, the moon kind of looks like cheese. I just can't get over the absurdity of this course. There's no way this track couldn't be anything more than number one on the list. I mean, just geez, who the hell thought of this? Whoever it was, you're a fucking genius. If you can't tell, I'm trying to sound as cheesy as possible. Puns are great, aren't they? Well, look, I can't go on any longer. I can't serve justice in words to praise how awesome this track is. So if I may ask, what is your favorite track in Mario Kart Super Circuit and why? Did you like or hate this list? Leave a comment below and share. I'll respond to as many of you as possible. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Now, get back to playing Smash Bros.
So my guess is that you should be going to sleep or doing something important. But you're not going to do that. You're going to watch one of my top 10s, aren't you? Good procrastinator.